I was kind of told before I came that it would be like an individual workout, so I wasn't really surprised.
Are you going to do only that form, or when you make other stops?
I'm not sure yet
So
exactly.
it's nothing you guys asked for.
Uh,
For an individual.
I have no clue really. It's I just go wherever I'm supposed to go and do whatever I'm supposed
What
to
are
do.
your what other stops do you have scheduled so far?
Right now I just know I'll be in Toronto next week I think.
Has your agent talked to you about where you might go? I mean, some of us were talking that it seems unlikely that you'll be there at 7, huh?
Well, you never know. Sacramento's a great city. I know some guys that play on this team, and you never know. Just in case, you come here and work out. You never know where you may slide to. And say as I did get to 7, I didn't want to have the opportunity where they didn't get to see me, and didn't want to take a chance just because I didn't come to a workout. So it was just something I came here to do. Just,
Do you know Marcus?
yeah, I know DeMarcus. I know Dante Green a little bit, and Tyreek. Obviously playing for Coach Kyle. So those guys.
What do they say? Come join us, or what do they say about the team?
DeMarcus told me good luck for the workout, and that's about it really.
How do your skills fit in with those guys?
I think it'll fit in. As long as I can come in and be able to run a team, and I'm not sure how it will work with Tyreek, but I'm pretty sure we could play together. And I just want to come in and fit in wherever I go.
Take us through the workout. What do they have you do specifically up and down the floor?
Spot shots, on the move shots, making moves, trying to finish around the basket, one dribble pull-ups, full court shots, full court, make moves, coming off handoffs, making reads, and stuff like that.
You mentioned about you don't know how you work playing with Tyreek. Have you played a lot off the ball, or did Coach Cal work with you a lot of that?
Yeah, me and Deron Lamb, sometimes we interchange in practice or even sometimes in the games. He would bring the ball down. But I've played off the ball, too, in high school and stuff like that.
What does Coach Cal do with his guards to get you guys so ready to play?
It just gets guys to compete. I think that's the main thing. Just get guys to expect perfection and be ready to compete against whoever it is, no matter who the competition is, making sure you're competing and giving 110%.
Is he as hard on his point guard as we hear he is?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a true statement, and I think that's why his point guards are so successful, just because the preparation that he puts them through. I think his expectations are very high, so once guys reach those expectations, it becomes a lot easier for them.
Do you get a sense from visiting with teams, whether here or in Chicago, that there's a concern on whether you can be a true distributing point guard? Everybody knows you can be a scorer.
Yeah.
Do you hear that from teams?
I've got the question, am I a true point guard? And, obviously my answer is yes. And I think I was able to prove that this past season, just as I developed into a guy that could facilitate and run a team.
So when you're going around and now starting these workouts, what can you do to show them that you're not just a scoring point, that you can get others involved?
Well, definitely in the pick and rolls and handoff, when we have to make reads, making the right reads. If I'm not working out with anybody and they want me to score, it's kind of hard to do, in an individual workout. But just making the right reads, I think, is the most important thing.
You could have passed it to Bobby Jackson. He likes to shoot.
Yeah. Well, he was playing defense today.
What other teams will you visit?
Right now, I just know Toronto. That's it.
You talked a little bit with Coach Carell after
Yeah.
practice. What did he say to you?
He talked to me about how I shot, how it was kind of like effortless, and how that's the right way to shoot because you can pump fake from that position, not jumping as high as you can. And he also talked to me about the spin move, how important it is being able to do a step back off of it, being able to spin all the way around, do a half spin, just the different things you can do with the spin move versus the behind the back.
And talk a little bit about
you're going to go up against anybody in Toronto. I mean, you talk about one that
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not sure yet.
Would you like to?
Whatever the team wants me to do, my agent, whatever they think is best, that's what I'll do.
Watching you in the tournament, it seemed like there were a couple of games where you were struggling, but then when the team needed you, you were able to come through with big shots late.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just discuss how you kind of developed that mentality and where that comes from?
I think it just comes from having a will to win, not liking to lose. And when your team trusts you to do the right thing in those type of situations, I think it just comes to not wanting to let them down, just want to do the right thing. And at those times, it was hitting certain shots or making certain passes.
How excited are you about this process?
I'm really excited just to, meet with all the teams. You never know where you may end up. So it's kind of, you really think about it a lot, where I could spend my next couple years and it's really determined right here. So I'm just trying to enjoy the process, make sure I'm prepared, and working hard.
Any thoughts on the potential lockout?
Not really. I haven't played in the NBA, so I'm not really sure how it would affect everything. I'm just really just learning, what a lockout really is and what the effects might be. So not really a whole lot of comment. Just if there is one, I'll probably just go back to school, work out, and maybe take some classes.
Did that factor into your decision at all as you were weighing whether to come out or not?
Not really. Because I knew being drafted is being drafted, whenever the season may start. And I think, like I just said, it kind of was a plus for me because at the same time I can go back to school during the lockout if there really was one. So it was kind of a plus in a way.
I want you to lean on Coach Cal to make this decision to come out.
I'll definitely talk to him and use his advice, and also my parents. Just talking to both of them, just trying to get the right answer, the best thing I could do for myself and my family.
Any players you kind of leaned on a little bit during this process just to kind of get their advice as well?
Not a whole lot. Just more so talking to my family and the coaching staff back in Kentucky.
Who have you modeled your game after growing up?
Not really anyone in particular, but I definitely watched a lot of Tim Hardaway growing up. Dwayne Wade, as of late, watched him a lot because he's from the area, and I watched a lot of Chris Paul. So I just try to take certain things that guys do well and try to implement it.
You're from Miami. Does that mean you're not a Heat fan or a Suns fan? I heard you might be a Suns fan.
No, I'm a Heat fan.
Oh, Heat fan.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I'll be a fan of wherever I get drafted.
Kemba Walker is the guy that is probably going to wind up going in your same neighborhood. Teams are going to have to both you figure out which one fits best. How do you see the game compared to Kemba?
Well, he's a smaller guard, but he's extremely quick. Also has a will to win, and great competitor, and finds ways to score the basketball, and definitely led his team very far in the tournament to a championship, and he's a great leader and competitor.
When you go from city to city, are you preparing to look at what team needs?
Definitely, just looking at the roster that they have, and just asking them what I could do for the team.
You had a 4.3 GPA in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how success in the classroom is translated into being a good point guard.
I think it kind of goes hand in hand. Just your ability to pay attention to details in the classroom, remembering minor things that might help you on the test, or stuff like that. Just listen to the teacher, paying attention. Same thing as kind of listening to your coach when he tells you something for the first time, being able to go out and do it versus having to mess up. You can just right away pick it up, boom, and then you're able to translate it right onto the court. So I think just it goes hand in hand just as far as paying attention to detail and stuff like that.
You still want to get your degree from it?
Yeah, definitely.
What did you major in?
I didn't pick a major yet, but I'm leaning towards kinesiology.
Talked about Coach Cal and his approach with point guards. How do you think he helped you develop as a leader?
He forced me to talk to guys. When I wasn't talking, he stopped practice and say, "Brandon, you're not talking. You're letting the team down. You're being selfish." He forced me to, say certain things that I wouldn't say to guys before in high school. So through that, we kind of built the trust with one another, and he just basically built us into a family. That was the most important thing. He became a family first, and it became easier to lead guys that I trusted.
Since you only have 1 year of college to really look at, how do you feel like you grew from the beginning of your freshman year to that?
I think I grew a lot. In the beginning, I was making a lot of bad mistakes, a lot of bad reads, and towards the end of the season, I was making most of the time the right play and the right decision. So I think I grew a lot.
What would you say your area of improvement is the biggest for you?
Running the team, I think that was my biggest area of improvement. Leading the team, just being able to get guys to see the same thing I saw, that we could beat anybody in the country. And I think guys started believing that, and that's why we were so successful towards the end.
Have you played much with DeMarcus?
No, I
Pick
haven't.
up games?
No.
You talk much with him? You got to know him very well?
I know him. I know him pretty well, but I haven't been able to play with him.
How'd you guys meet?
Just through my visit. That was the first time I met him, and just watching him play throughout the season, and then me going to Kentucky. Keeping in contact, stuff like that.
What would it mean? I mean, even if you are picked 7th by the Kings, to have 3 guys that came from that same coach cut, what would that mean just for a team?
I think it'd be kind of big. Just the guys would kind of have the same mentality, being prepared the same way for this level. I think it'd kind of be kind of big, and I think it might lead to having good chemistry right off the bat.
You said you were a Heat fan. Did you go to the finals game one?
Yeah, I did.
Did you learn any valuable experiences from attending it?
Well, just that, like you said, the last 3-4 minutes is a big time in the game. I think that's when Miami kind of got a sense of urgency and kind of was able to push the lead out a little bit.
We know where you're at offensively, sort of. But where is your defensive game at this point in your career?
I'm happy with it, but you can always get better. I want to get better laterally as far as my movements, being able to disrupt passing lanes and do certain things like that.